So obviously we saw the June 8th patch come out the other day, and I want you guys to go ahead and let me know down below right now what you think of it. I know most people don't like it much. We were promised a reload bug fix many weeks ago. We were promised an enforcer nerf many weeks ago. There was a lot of things that we were promised many weeks ago, and now from what I've heard, I haven't played the game quite yet, but from what I've heard, the enforcer doesn't feel nerfed at all. Melee feels okay from what I've heard, feels a little bit better than before, but the reload bug obviously isn't gone yet. So that's fantastic. Now listen, I don't know how many of you have experienced the full force of the reload bug, okay, but I know that I have a clip somewhere on my computer of me reloading that fucking weapon 8 times before I finally got 30 bullets in the clip. That is bullshit. There's no fucking universe in which I should have to reload a weapon 8 times before it actually reloads. Now, the situation we're going to be taking a look at today is, a lot of you probably know the creator I'm Quest on Twitch. He does YouTube videos as well, but they're not as popping as like somebody like Zed, because Zed's been posting Bloodhunt content for many months. But Quest was being quite critical of the fact that they hadn't fixed the reload bug yet, even though they promised that they would 2-3 weeks ago. Now, the reason that they didn't is because it was a complex issue, they said. But Quest was very critical of this. Now, Bloodhunt, the official Bloodhunt Twitter account, went ahead and blocked Quest today. How fucking petty is that? This is a game that we're talking about right now that's launched in early access multiple times, was taken out of early access because of multiple issues with the game that wouldn't have made for a balanced sandbox, and now we're having one of the largest creators, one of the most known creators in the space, complaining about one of the worst issues that has ever been in a shooter ever, and you're blocking him on Twitter for it? Dude, this game it's chalked, dude. It's literally chalked at this point. You're blocking one of the larger creators in your community because they're rightfully criticizing your game. Are you shitting me right now? Like, your game is done. It's done, Shark Mob. You're over. You got what you got, and it's done. Like, there's no way anybody is going to see any form of credibility or honesty or integrity, for that matter, in your company whatsoever. It's ridiculous, the plays you're making right now. Nobody understands it. I don't even think you yourselves understand it. What's really funny, or depressing, whichever way you want to look at it, I guess, though, is that they made so much money off of this game already. Like, it doesn't even matter. I've already been kind of anticipating this to be the end result because of the amount of money that they made off this game in early access. So it's just so funny to me how often and how consistently Shark Mob goes to such an extent to ignore the criticism from their community and just the feedback overall. Not even criticism. Like, it doesn't have to be criticism when we're being like, oh, you know, I don't like that this is in the game. It kind of ruins my experience. I'm not fucking complaining when I say that. I'm literally just saying, like, hey, you know, might make for a more balanced gaming experience if this wasn't like this. You know, maybe I'm a little bit salty about it sometimes, but overall, I like to go about things and just say, like, I don't know, dude, not very cool, not a vibe. Or as everybody in the fucking community just wants to turn around and be like, you and Zed and Kime and everybody are ruining the community because you're complaining all the time. And I don't know what the to say in response to that anymore, dude, because it's just like the most brain rot argument I've ever heard in my entire life. Like, yeah, I, a player, an individual player, am ruining the game by making videos and pulling in somewhat decent views on them, complaining, quote unquote, about issues with the game. Not the devs, not the people making the game, not the people making the things the way they are. Yeah, they're not the issue at all. Fuck your retards. This community is fucking retarded. Imagine playing a game and shitting on it and the people who made it the entire time you're playing. Move on. Play something else. See, this is one of the fucking most common arguments I see on the game and the quote-unquote complaining surrounding it. It's such a brain rot argument. I cannot understand it. You want to go play something else? Go for it, sweetheart. Nobody's stopping you. But we're sitting here enjoying a game like we haven't enjoyed a game in a long goddamn time, and we're dealing with devs that will not listen to community feedback, no matter if it's 99.9% of the community having that agreed upon feedback. It doesn't matter. We have a little bit of built up frustration towards the devs of this game that we love. Absolutely, because they're not listening to a goddamn word we're saying. What a fucking stupid argument. What is it with women Twitch streamers and just having zero fucking brain cells, dude? It's like they get that initial little following of 2,000 to 5,000 followers, and then they get it in their brain that they're this fucking business entrepreneur genius that has this startup business, but that it's just their dead Twitch channel that they average like 20 viewers on that don't ever chat. And okay, I'm not saying that like good female Twitch streamers and content creators don't exist. Don't think that that's where I'm coming from with that fucking little rant there, because it's not. I'm just saying that like 99% of fucking female streamers I see on my timeline are just women making just really dumb arguments, being as contrarian as possible to try and get as many fucking likes as possible. Like I'm not being an incel or a misogynist or anything here. I'm sorry if that's how that came off, but fucking I don't know, dude. There's a lot of the female streamers that I was just talking about out there. It'd be a whole video in and of itself, but regardless, let's get back on point. I mentioned this in the past as well, and I'll mention it again. I don't understand what it is with gaming companies nowadays. I don't know, is it the last like 5 years? I would say about the past 5 years that every major competitive game that comes out, it's always like the devs just want to do what they want to do. They have a 5-year roadmap, and then they just don't listen to anything the community has to say. Even if something on that roadmap ends up breaking the game entirely, they keep it in the game until the next patch. Like, you know exactly what I mean, right? If any of you have ever played Warzone, this is exactly what fucking happens when a broken weapon enters that game. It's ridiculous. They don't do anything to it. Nothing. It's insane, and it's the same thing with Bloodhunt. It's the same thing with all these games, and I don't understand the mindset. You want to make all this fucking money, you want to be this successful AAA gaming company. Well, I don't understand why you aren't trying to fix your product first. I understand that there's, you know, you have your set market of people that are gonna put money in your pocket out of theirs anyways, and you're gonna make the sales regardless. But man, I just don't understand why you wouldn't want to appeal to the people that you want to convince as well, not just the people that are gonna mindlessly fucking empty their wallet in your bank account. You know what I mean? It's like the whole Wolf of Wall Street thing, right? Where it's like, oh, if we benefit the customers, isn't it advantageous for everybody as well? And Matthew McConaughey is like, no. Well, in this situation, it genuinely would be more beneficial. It's a completely different industry. And if you are selling your product polished right off the bat, it's absolutely going to be more beneficial to you as a company. And I don't know, maybe it's just the mindset of, oh, well, we're going to make a shit ton of money anyways. I don't know, dude. Maybe I just would have the wrong mindset of being a game developer, right? Maybe I would want to do all these massive projects and balance everything in the game and make this perfect game and then end up crashing the company because they would take too long. Who knows? Like, maybe they're doing what they gotta do. Maybe I'm being too charitable. Who the hell knows, dude? All I know is I'm not happy at all with where the June 8th update has brought us. I don't think we have any knowledge as to when the next update is going to be happening. I think that a lot of people would agree with me that they're not happy with the current update. Like I said earlier in the video at the start, the Enforcer feels the exact same from what I've heard. Melee only feels a little bit better. And, you know, everything else that they promised that was going to be fixed isn't fixed. So overall, it was a waste of time. It was just them being like, oh, well, you know, at this point, it feels like they were just dicking us around. Like they knew June 8th wasn't going to be reasonable. It wasn't going to be achievable, but they just said June 8th and then, you know, backtracked on that afterwards and was like, oh, well, a couple of these issues we need to tweak a little further, and we're a little unconfident to put them into the game. And you never had them ready in the first place for June 8th. Just be real about it. You have a game that is completely unready for the public, and yet it is ready for public consumption. You, as a game developer, now need to find out what it is that you need to do to fix that issue. I don't know, dude. You're the game developer. My hands are tied here as an individual, as a player. There's not much I can do but just sit back, try and enjoy the game for what it is. But at this point, like, the ball is in your guys' court. I know that seems obvious to a lot of the people probably watching this video, but if somebody from Shark Mob is hearing that, they might have just had a realization that, oh shit, the ball's in our court. You know, maybe, like, I don't know, dude. I'm grasping at straws at this point. I don't know, dude. I just felt like making this video today because I saw while scrolling through Twitter that Bloodhunt, the official account, had blocked Quest for talking about the reload glitch, which is just absolutely one of the most petty things we've seen so far in this community. Like, and we've had quite a bit of time in this community for petty things to stir up and arise, right? I'd even say that this is more petty than the situation that took place recently with Sketch and Vi. Like, this is ridiculous. This is a verified Twitter account run by a full-fledged AAA gaming company blocking people in their community for having just, you know, very mild criticism. Like, that's insane. When you put it like I just put it, and you look at it like that, like, wow, dude, you can't even make this shit up. Anyways, if you did enjoy the video, be sure to leave a like. If you're new around here, consider subscribing, turning notifications on. Check out the comments and the description for my Twitter down below. All my other socials that I didn't just mention will be down in the description as well. And with all that, I'm out of here. Peace.
Teach me about fucking style.